Hey, what's up, film fighters? Justin here with a long overdue episode of Film Fights TV. This film fight, you took the animated and made it real life!
Film Fights TV. We set the rules, you make the films, you decide the winner.
This week's film fight was all about unanimating something, taking one of your favorite animated things, whether it's a movie, a TV show, whatever, and making a live action trailer of that. We had a really high challenge to hit, taking the fake, taking the hand drawn and making it in real life, but our film fighters did an amazing job. And we're going to check out the heavyweight entries right here, right now, like right now, like right now. Now. The first entry is from Tamikaze Productions, and it's called Bucky O'Hare. Now, I've never seen Bucky O'Hare before. I don't really know the source material, and I felt with a lot of these things, I really didn't know exactly what the source material was. But that said, you guys did an amazing job. First of all, the opening shot, which is your most important shot you can have in the film. It's where people decide whether they're going to stay or they're going to leave. Your opening shot was great. I love the dolly past the telescope. It sets up your character. Your voiceover is crisp and perfect and beautiful. Everything's well lit. It looks great. That's the kind of stuff that I really love to see from a heavyweight. You got to catch them from the first moment, and you guys did a great job with that first shot. Now, I mentioned the voiceover. What a great voiceover. That's the kind of thing, if you're doing a movie trailer like we wanted you guys to do, a voiceover is going to be majorly key to how professional or how crappy it looks. Get a good voiceover and you're taking yourself to the next level right away.
Now he's opened a portal to another dimension, another time, and space.
Pacing of this was great. The music was great. So much stuff to love, but I just can't get over how awesome that Bucky O'Hare bunny costume was. I don't know, did you build that? Is that something you can get online anyways? It looked like it was kind of like the VFX effect where they had taken a bunny mask and cut it off and then layered the makeup all over the actor's face. It looked phenomenal. I was just totally blown away, totally amazed by it. And I would just love to see, if you already put that much time into that costume, I'd love to see it fleshed out into a full short. I think it could be super popular, and if Bucky O'Hare is something that a lot of people care about, a lot of people are going to want to be checking it out. Maybe even as like a web series, a fan fiction type of web series type thing. Could be a great series. You already get the pieces, you already get the actors. You guys, you know what you're doing with special effects. You can rock it out. So I challenge you, maybe make this into a longer piece and see how it does. Our next heavyweight is from the Uncle Stone Project, and it's entitled Those Meddling Kids. So obviously this is a Scooby-Doo thing, and it's actually done in the style of the intro to the movie Seven. Now, it's a very cool intro to Seven, and if you look at the source material of what the actual intro to Seven looks like, it's shot very well. It's super close to the source material, which is great. But this is supposed to be a movie trailer, so I would love to see more story elements brought into that instead of just a movie intro, which is kind of a different thing. A trailer needs to tell more of the story, and yes, there's a little bit of it with the Shaggy impression, which is a great Shaggy impression, by the way.
Like, gang, we've got a situation on our hands. Like, it's that John Doe. He escaped from the asylum, and he's not happy.
At the beginning, setting up a little bit more of the story, but it's just not enough to be a trailer. It really is more like a teaser, if anything. And also, if it's supposed to be a live action remake of an animated thing, all the things that I guess the bad guy is cutting out are pictures of the animated characters, and maybe you could have just used stills from the totally crappy Scooby-Doo movies where it was real life versions of them or something like that. Really should have made the real life thing fully fleshed out instead of some still drawn stuff and some real stuff. But yeah, I mean, cool music, and I think the idea was there, and I like, the idea of Scooby-Doo remaking, even though they've already remade it before, but it just needed a little bit more fleshing out, so go beyond being just a teaser and be a trailer. The third heavyweight is Dragon's Lair by Shobuki! Another great heavyweight, all the costumes, a wide variety of actors. you can tell you just love the source material. And I actually remember Dragon's Lair. I guess that's more of my era, and it was cool because Dragon's Lair already had that kind of live action-y animated feel to it, so it really is a perfect fit for being a live action thing. I can't overstate how much I love the costumes, how much I love all the makeup. It's just really, the green screening is great, all the effects are great, just the way the character walks and moves just feels fun and silly and cartoony, but you're doing it in real life, and that's the whole idea, that's the whole point. So that was great, and just overall I think the piece really reflected someone who cared about the source material and really took it to the next level to make something that was really great and really fun and totally entertaining. So great job, Shobuki. What an amazing entry, and if you haven't seen it, you definitely have to check it out. They did a top-notch job. The only thing I would say is that it could have used, there was a couple lines like when the mom is yelling where it sounded like the audio was a little bit crappy, and you're already putting so much work into it, you think you could have jumped in there and done a little ADR just to make that sound better. But that said, I found few flaws in this. It really had a sense of fun, a real good spirit of fun, and so I say major kudos for doing something like this that was a big challenge. You have to realize the whole world. There's so many backgrounds you have to do. There's a lot that goes into this. I don't think people totally understand it, and you guys took it on and did an excellent job. So thanks for submitting. Great stuff, and I'm looking forward to what you're going to submit in the future. Our fourth and final heavyweight is the Venture Brothers documentary from Vintage Runes Productions. Now, I know I should really watch Venture Brothers. I haven't seen it. I've heard of it. So also going to this one without totally knowing the source material. So my bad on that. First of all, your audio is not that great. And I see you got a boom mic. I see the boom mic popping into the shot there. And it looks like what may have happened is I always find that when I'm recording sound, I like to have the audio going from under, if you're interviewing someone who's sitting down, you want to have it pointing directly at their mouth, and if you're coming from up top, you really got to make sure that it's angling in and it's a really good mic, or else you just get lucky. But really, I find that when you have the mic and when you're doing a sit-down interview, you want to have the mic that is on a little stand, or if someone's holding on a boom pole or whatever, pointing directly up towards the mouth so your audio quality is as good as possible. And I think that the audio quality here just sounded a little bit echoey, really wasn't that great, and I wish that could have been better on a technical side. Also, this really struck me as more of a teaser and not a trailer. You have all these different shots of him moving around in the seat and doing silly stuff, but there could have been a voiceover telling us more about what the movie's gonna be about. Could have been text on screen. It just felt like a lot of little moments that weren't strung together into one coherent thing. It was just more like, here's this character, and he's doing this documentary, and it sets up the documentary. But I would have loved to see the character in other places, doing other things. It just didn't feel as fully fleshed out as it could have been. Alright, so the final verdict. Which of the four heavyweights do I think is my personal favorite? And I love the Dragon's Lair one. There's so much there that's really being done right. But the Bucky O'Hare one really blew me away with the beauty of all the shots. It's very cinematic. It feels like it could be a movie. And the reveal of the bunny costume, which must have taken a while to do, it's one of those things where you only show up for a short while, but it's such a powerful moment because it's such a new and interesting and well-conceived thing. And really, I can imagine that being turned into an actual feature. So I would say, Bucky O'Hare here, Dragon's Lair here. I really love all the work that went into Dragon's Lair 1, but this felt like Bucky O'Hare felt more like taking the cartoon and bringing it into the movie world, whereas Dragon's Lair was, since the animation's already so cinematic, it felt more like a real life imitation of what the game / animation looks like. So, Tamikaze, you guys are always impressing me. You're always blowing me away. This one was totally great as well, and I look forward, of course, to all the other entries that you'll submit, because I know they'll be equally as awesome, and someday I'm going to fly to Australia, and we're going to collaborate, and we're going to have a beer if you're over 21, and it's going to be great, because you guys are awesome. So congratulations, Tamikaze, on my personal vote. We'll see how you do in the Film Fights popular vote. But thought the film was great. If you guys haven't seen it, you got to check it out, and you got to subscribe to Tamikaze because they need way more subscribers. They definitely don't have enough. So check out the links for that stuff in the description or annotations on the screen. Thank you guys so much for checking out Film Fights TV. If you disagree with one of my points I made, leave a comment in the comment section below, and make sure to check out the films over at filmfights.com. You won't regret it. Thanks to everyone who submitted. And I'd also like to thank the Centerville Mac Lab with their Powerpuff Teens. That was our lightweight film, which you should also check out because, you know, lightweights are learning, but it's worth watching and worth checking out. So check out them too. Thanks to those guys. Thanks for watching Film Fights TV. If you have any questions or any comments, or you think I'm totally wrong, or you loved a different film, leave it in the comment section below, and I will gladly respond to you. And because that's how we are here at Film Fights. Our next film fight is actually going to be a Film Fights commercial. It's due on March 19th, so if you haven't started rolling on that, you should start rolling on that. You can check out details on this fight and all the other future fights at filmfights.com/futurefights. Booyah. Film Fights!